Okay, hello and welcome to the Comfort Cartoons Archive, the show where I'm archiving every single item in the Comfort Cartoons collection and adding it up for our grand total to see how many items we have in both the SpongeBob and Nickelodeon collection. But not just that, add every single item into our virtual museum here. So if you guys want to check out any other SpongeBob products, go check out the show. There's so many different episodes already up, but today we are going to be talking about the 2018 Universal Studios exclusive Build-A-SpongeBob. So we've had several different SpongeBobs over the years, including the Make-A-Bob. We've had SpongeBob face swaps, all of them doing kind of the same thing. But if I were to pick my favorites, this one and the Make-A-Bob are probably my favorites, considering they have the most amount of detail, the most amount of adjustable pieces, and not just that, they actually will stand up without the packaging. This one will be remaining sealed so we can keep it in perfect condition to archive into the collection. It is a yellow product. It ranges at somewhere between 2010 all the way till about 2018. Some products had already transitioned to the pineapple print you see on screen by this point, but some of them were still kind of in that era of yellow. But being that this product was around a little bit before that, it still has the yellow label packaging on it. You see it has the modern SpongeBob logo, Build-A-Sponge tech, and it says Universal Studios trademark because you are only able to pick this particular SpongeBob up at Universal Studios in California or also Florida. As of now, I don't believe you can still pick this one up, but you could still pick up this particular Build-A-Bob up until about 2020, which is around when I picked up this one. And of course, it's got a choking hazard on there because of course my boy Sponge got a long nose, and not just that, he's got a bunch of little parts with him. And that Krabby Patty does look quite delectable. But let's take a closer look at each item. One, you've got SpongeBob with kind of squinted eyes there, which, you know, we've seen him do some pretty some suspicious faces like this. He's got a Fry Cook hat on that you can see his Krusty Krab uniform hat. We have a Gary option, which Gary riding on his head or on his back has, you know, happened countless times throughout the show. And it's really cool just to have Gary in there though, because Gary's a little add-on that can always just kind of add as a secondary character, so you can kind of 2-in-1. You've got his jellyfishing net, aka Old Reliable. He has his kind of grinning face, which you can kind of imagine, you know, that with the squinting eyes already. A very excited SpongeBob, a very well molded jellyfish, a spatula, and of course a Krabby Patty, which depending on its depiction can either have tomatoes, onions, but for most cases of easy visual aid, it just has the lettuce and the burger itself with those sesame seed buns. But every single one of these pieces is really detailed, and especially for the price, it did retail for only $21.95, which if you compare that to a Funko Pop is only like $6 to $7 more. And I always use that as an example because it's a type of collectible that many people who collect have picked up and will consider a pretty fair price considering how much you get in here versus like one figure. But you have the awesome SpongeBob on the background there, super detailed, because as we get to the more modern products, he's got so much texture and detail to him. I'm always going to be a bigger fan of the original SpongeBob, but I do love seeing the new aesthetic of the character as well. Same SpongeBob logo, Nickelodeon, the Universal Studios tag there, and also the barcode. And of course, with every SpongeBob product we cover, it will have that Steven Hillenburg signature and a little reinforced tab in order to make sure this doesn't rip while it's hanging on the actual crochet hooks. And this was distributed by, of course, Universal Parks and Resorts and Universal Studios Plaza, Florida. But I did acquire this one over here in California. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know. Hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys own this SpongeBob or owned it in the past, let me know in the comments down below. Or also, what is your favorite buildable SpongeBob figure that they released over the years? This has got to be one of my favorite just because I love the detail on it. And I'm always a huge fan of products where you can kind of display and see all of it without actually having to open it up. Thank you again so much for just watching this video. If you want to support the show further and help us grow this virtual museum and keep the uploads coming, go check me out on Patreon, get behind the scenes videos, and also go check out my regular collecting channel, Comfort Cartoons, where we pick up almost all the items that you see here on this archive. But I hope you beautiful people have an amazing night, day, or whatever time you're watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bloop.